Good evening, I'm Prarambha Dahal. Let's begin with the main stories. Investigation into Terramox deal delayed abnormally because of alleged involvement of high-profile individuals, including Chief Secretary. Questions raised on the claim of CIA on concluding probe. Home Minister Samachar, shouldering responsibility of national security, found abusing police organization, intervenes in cases where he is alleged of involvement and transfer of police personnel. Preparations for tomorrow's by-elections in Ilam and Bazang complete. 19 candidates in Ilam and 11 in Bazang. Election Commission urges voters to exercise their franchise without fear. And 2020 series between Nepal and West Indies A begins tomorrow. Visitors expect a tough challenge from hosts Nepal. Preparations for the by-election in Ilam Electoral Constituency 2 and Bazang Province Assembly Electoral Constituency 1 slated for tomorrow have been completed. Officials and election resources have reached the voting stations while the election is to begin at 7 in the morning. Responsibility of election officials has been assigned to women in Ilam Municipality Ward number 5's Saptamai Wangmaya Voting Center. With 545 voters, responsibility of the center has been assigned to women as a model. Voting will be held in 242 wards of Ilam Electoral Constituency 2, including 79 voting stations and 149 voting centers with 115,889 voters. There are a total of 19 candidates for a seat at the House of Representatives in Ilam 2. In Bazang Province Assembly Electoral Constituency 1, there are 74 voting stations and 93 voting centers, while 11 candidates are in competition for a seat in the Province Assembly. There are a total of 61,748 voters in the constituency. Meanwhile, the Election Commission has decided to allow operation of public vehicles in the two constituencies tomorrow. The Commission has urged all the voters to exercise their franchise without any fear and has already directed the Chief District Officers through the Ministry of Home Affairs to ensure a free and fair environment. Telecommunication Traffic Monitoring and Fraud Control System Terramox scandal has become an example of how investigations into the alleged involvement of high-ranking civil service officials, parliamentarians and former ministers face dilemma. Commission for the Investigation of Abuse of Authority (CIA) has been investigating the Terramox procurement case for almost a year but has yet to reach a conclusion. The main reason for this delay is the alleged involvement of high-profile individuals, including the officiating Chief Secretary and former ministers. Chief Commissioner and commissioners appointed on the basis of political backing are hesitating in concluding probe into the complaint against others with political access. 2 months have gone by since Chief Commissioner of the CIA, Prem Kumar Rai, said that investigation into the scandal had reached the final phase. However, the case remains to be resolved. High-profile individuals, including officiating Chief Secretary Vaikunta Aryal and former ministers Gyanendra Karki and Mohan Bahadur Basnet, have been alleged of involvement in irregularities related to procurement of Terramox, a technology conceptualized for the lawful interception and domestic voice and data traffic monitoring with fraud detection and control over the network of telecom service operators who are providing telecom and internet services to the public. The CIA had recorded statements from these individuals several times. On 27 February, addressing the Public Accounts Committee, CIA Chief Commissioner Prem Kumar Rai had said that investigations into Terramox had reached the final stage and had claimed that a conclusion would be reached shortly. However, despite the lapse of a long time, the CIA has not been able to conclude the probe and has been saying that investigation is underway just for formality. Despite the proving entity CIA being a constitutional body, appointments being made on the basis of political share and access is an open secret. The Terramox procurement scandal does not just include powerful politicians. Even the officiating Chief Secretary has been alleged of involvement. Investigation has not just been influenced by power. Doubts have begun intensifying on whether the case would ever proceed further. Despite the CIA claiming to be investigating the allegations, those with access to power have felt no impact. Then Secretary Vaikunta Aryal is currently leading administrative mechanism in capacity of the Chief Secretary. In our Public Voice segment, we have asked in several provinces why has the Commission for the Investigation of Abuse of Authority dilly-dallied in concluding the investigations into large-scale corruption cases. Let us now take a look at what they had to say.
ठुला दलहरुका नेताहरु नै त्यस्ता ठुला अख्तियारका ठुला घटनाहरुमा जोडिएका कारण
ठुला माछा साना माछा सबै मिलेर चाहिँ यिनीहरु मिलिमतोले गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ यिनीहरुले ढिलो गरेको
अख्तियारको चाहिँ नि हाकिम आयुक्त चाहिँ नि नियुक्ति हुन्छ नि यसमा चाहिँ नि राजनीतिक चाहिँ नि व्यक्तित्व चाहिँ नि नियुक्ति भएको भएर यो भ्रष्टाचारमा चाहिँ नि भ्रष्टाचारको विषयमा चाहिँ काम कारबाहीहरू चाहिँ नि अलिकति ढिलासुस्ती भएको जस्तो लाग्छ।
धेरै मुद्दाहरू पर्ने भएको कारण एउटा पनि हो।
अख्तियारले ढिलो गरेको कारण पहिलेदेखिको बिग्रेको मामला हो यो।
अख्तियार प्राप्त निकाय नै राजनीतिक दलको भागबन्डामा चाहिँ नियुक्ति हुने भएको कारणले
ठुला फाइलहरूमा चाहिँ ठुलै अध्ययन गर्नुपर्ने भएर हो कि
ठुला नेताहरू कहलिएका नेताको माथिल्लो स्तरमा पुगेका नेताहरू नै भ्रष्टाचारी भएको हुनाले यो ढिलासुस्ती नटुङ्गिएको
मिलेमत्तमा भएर प्रधानमन्त्रीदेखि लिएर नत्र भने अख्तियारले गर्दाखेरि तुरुन्तै गर्न सक्छ।
अख्तियार पनि कतै राजनीतिक रूपबाट सारमा भन्दा राजनीतिक प्रभावबाट बाहिर जान सकेन।
Each Minister for Home Affairs has been alleged of abusing policing institution to serve their interests. Transfers, appraisals and interventions to serve political interests have surfaced several times. As security mechanisms like Nepal Police and Armed Police Force can be deployed, most politicians prefer the Ministry of Home Affairs after the post of Prime Minister. However, most politicians, after being appointed the Home Minister, are found to be abusing the security entities for their interests instead of public security. In this context, facts about Minister for Home Affairs Ravi Lamichhane abusing the police organization, shouldering the responsibility of ensuring security and implementation of laws are being made public. Home Minister Lamichhane, who has been claiming that he would not intervene in the police organization, has not stopped abusing the entity to serve his interests. A video where Ganesh Man Singh is seen in taking poison, alleging the Cyber Bureau of torture for speaking against Home Minister, has surfaced. This case has not been investigated. However, after Minister Lamichhane was criticized because of the video, the Cyber Bureau issued a notice saying Singh was summoned for investigation related to a separate case. In addition to that, official of the Bureau tried to prove Singh wrong in a video message through the Secretariat of Home Minister and not an official press conference. If the Bureau official had to make a statement in this regard, an official press conference could have been held. Instead of doing so, a personal video through the Home Minister's Secretariat was made public. This is a clear evidence of Nepal Police being under the pressure of Home Minister. Minister for Home Affairs Lamichhane exhibited another incident of applying pressure on the police on Friday. Kathmandu Police Range SSP Bhupendra Khatri and Valley Crime Investigation Office SSP Sumendra Singh Rathore have been transferred today. Home Minister Lamichhane transferred the two officials considered professionals in Nepal Police before their term in recent placement reached 8 months. While SSP Rathore had taken actions against the immigration official involved in human trafficking from the Tribhuvan International Airport, Khatri had investigated the group sending Nepali nationals to Russia and avoided violence during political protests in Kathmandu. However, the Ministry of Home Affairs transferred Khatri and Rathore when the Inspector General of Police, Pasanta Bhadur Kunwar, is outside of the country. With the leadership of the Home Ministry focused on abusing the police organization for its interest instead of formulation strategies for security, former DIG Hemanta Malla Thakuri has said that such acts have weakened the organization. Prior to this, the State Affairs and Good Governance Committee of the Parliament had decided to invite only the Home Minister, who was Ravi Lamichhane, to talk about security issues on 27th March. But after learning about the committee members' questions regarding fraud-related cooperatives, Home Minister Lamichhane took the IGP with him. In addition to that, Lamichhane sat next to the police chief of Kaski, the district where complaints have been raised against him. When the topic of cooperatives was raised at the committee, Lamichhane put the IGP forward to furnish answers. The IGP speaking against the Minister of Security Department was implausible. Even if the IGP had dared, he could have said that investigations were underway. However, like the judiciary, the IGP issued a verdict saying there were no evidences against the Home Minister for his alleged involvement in the fraud related to cooperatives. The Home Minister also included the police chief of Kaski, who is investigating Surya Darshan cooperatives with hundreds of victims in his defense. Former Central Investigation Bureau Director Hemanta Malla Thakuri has said that the officer investigating a complaint being kept alongside to issue a clean sheet is a clear example of abuse of police organization. The Home Minister also immediately transferred 4 officials of the CIB for errors in investigation into the gold smuggling case. There have been no updates about the probe into the gold smuggling scandal since then. The Home Ministry is alleged of holding grudges with the CIB officials for investigating the fraud related to cooperatives in which Minister Lamichhane is thought to have been involved. Despite these incidents, Prime Minister Pushpakamal Dahal, who holds his position on the basis of parliamentary number game, has not been able to keep the Home Minister in check. It is now time for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse.
Before we ask today's question, let us take a look at the result from yesterday's poll. Yesterday we asked, what do you term the Law Minister's statement about the Minister for Home Affairs being investigated? 36% were for A, legal process, 26% were for B, policy of maintaining pressure, and 38% voted for C, dilly-dally. And here is our today's question. What do you term each Minister for Home Affairs trying to abuse the police administration? Your options are A, wrong intention, B, poor police leadership, and C, hiding weak spots. The voting is on. Type NEWS, select your option A, B, or C, and send it to 34001. It is now time for a short break, but for more news, to stay with us. Mountain expeditions have marked 74 years in Nepal. French national Maurice Herzog became the first climber to reach the top of Annapurna First, 10th highest mountain in the world at 8,091 meters above the sea level. Because of its complex and challenging geographic location, Annapurna First is also known as the Killer Mountain. After K2 of Pakistan, higher number of deaths of mountaineers has been recorded at Annapurna First. Several parts of Annapurna First are considered more challenging than that of K2. Therefore, Annapurna First holds a unique significance in the mountaineering sector.
Of the 13 mountains in the 55-kilometer-long Annapurna range, Annapurna First is the highest mountain. Among the 13 mountains measuring above 7,000 meters in the range, Annapurna First is the 10th highest mountain of the world. It is also the first mountain of Nepal which was climbed by mountaineers. French national Maurice Herzog, who had arrived Nepal with 250 helpers back in 1950, was the first climber to reach the top of Annapurna First. Despite being the most challenging mountain of the world, the local residents have shared their grievances regarding the government indifferent in its promotion.
सबभन्दा दुःखको कुरा के छ भने त्यो ठाउँलाई कन्या मार्ग भनेर भनिन्छ। अहिलेसम्म होटल व्यवसाय त्यहाँ कसैको पनि छैन। त्यहाँ ठाउँ ठाउँमा हामी पोटरहरू बस्ने घरहरू बनाएका छौं। जहाँ नै पर्यटकहरूले आफ्नै खाना पानी अनि ओड्ने ओछ्याउने आफै लिएर जानुपर्छ। त्यस्तो मार्गका रूपमा त्यो रहेको छ र त्यो मार्गलाई अझ व्यवस्थित गर्नको लागि केन्द्र सरकार, प्रदेश, स्थानीय सरकारले विशेष ध्यान दिनु जरुरी छ।
Nepali nationals reached the top of Annapurna First 27 years after Herzog had stepped at its apex. After returning from the top of Annapurna First, Herzog was appointed the Minister for Youth and Sports of France. He visited Nepal 30 times and actively contributed in the promotion of the mountain. More than 400 mountaineers have reached the top of Annapurna First in the 74 years of mountaineering history. As beautiful as the mountain is, it is equally challenging for expeditions. Risks of avalanches are higher in the north face of the mountain. A total of 39 mountaineers who had left for their expedition had died in the storm of 2014. Based on the data, the death rate at this challenging mountain stands at 32 per 100 mountaineers.
धेरै एभलेन्च आउने ठाउँ, एभलेन्च रिस्क हुने माउन्टेन अनि रकफल अनि क्रिभास त्यो तीनटाबाट चाहिँ हामी म्याक्सिमम जोगिनु पर्दो रहेछ यो माउन्टेनमा.
Because of complicated geographic structure, the number of tourists is higher in the Annapurna region for trekking in comparison to mountaineering purpose. Those preferring trekking explore 3 routes: Jomsom Trek, Annapurna Base Camp Trek, and Annapurna Circuit.
Sports news.
5-match 2020 series against the ace side of Test nation West Indies, which begins tomorrow, is a great opportunity for Nepal men's national cricket team to test their capabilities and skills just ahead of the T20 World Cup. West Indies A have also taken their Nepal tour with great significance. With the objective of whitewashing the 5-match T20 series, the Caribbean side have said that the matches against the hosts in front of the home crowd will not be an easy one.
Well, for us, is this continuous preparation for the World Cup. We still got some chinks and stuff that we need to sort out, and we're going to take the series to try to sort out those things. Yes, it's an important series, and we'll be taking it very seriously. Obviously, trying to work out roles and responsibility of players. Trying to give players some more opportunities. Depending some more performances.
Yeah, well, we kind of have a young team, but we're still going out there trying to prepare for the World Cup and put our best foot forward. The team hasn't been picked yet, so hopefully some guys can get some opportunities to put their name in the hat, and hopefully give the selectors something to think about.
It's our first time. It's my first time also in Nepal. Hopefully things can go well for us. We come here to play cricket, competitive cricket. We come here to win the series, and that's our aim. We're trying our best to see if we can, give a clean sweep. And once we do that, we're very happy.
Yeah, well, as a cricketer, you always enjoy playing in front a crowd. You give them something to cheer about, even though we might not be the home team. It's still good to hear the fans cheering on the other team as well. So it gives you a little buzz, a little excitement. Go out there to do well and perform at your best. So yeah, we hope that a lot of people come out and support the Nepal team, and hope that we can still win though.
Listen, Nepal, I've been watching them for a while. I think we played a game against them in the last year qualifiers. So we have a good idea on what they can do. They have some good players over here, some risky players. So obviously in our planning, we were planning to suit in order to keep them, on the wraps.
So far we realized that the wicket is a bit on the slower side. So once we can adapt as quickly as possible and bat well when we get the chance to, and try to bowl to our strength and use the wicket to our advantage. If we can come up with the first win in the series, that will be good for us and put the home team under pressure.
Is slated for tomorrow at the Tribhuvan University International Cricket Grounds in Kantipur. The match, which is slated to begin at 12:15 in the afternoon, will be broadcast live on Kantipur Television HD, Kantipur Max HD, and the digital platforms of Kantipur Television Network. That is all for the moment. Up next is the news in Nepali. Thank you for staying with us. Goodbye for now.